What's up with you? We got to get back to it. Saturday in the park. Listen, they got rid of another brother. We talked about Alan Hosley earlier. Now this other brother, head of a Joint Chiefs of Staff, they ran him out of there. Pete was on Fox News bragging. Pete was on Fox News bragging that he fired this brother. Came in out the gate. Pete came in out the gate. Pete Hegseth said he fired this brother. This brother's got 40 years of outstanding service. Gone because he's black. That's the only reason he got fired, because of his race. The man has went in and done his job. They didn't want a black man. They did not want a black man to be in charge of nothing. And that's what it is. When they took over, they said, we can't have these blacks. We can't have these black guys in charge of nothing. We can't put these blacks, we can't do this. And he fired this. Let's think about that, man. He fired this brother. This brother's got 40 years of outstanding service of his country. Gone because he's black. That's his only problem. The only mistake he has is his skin is black. That's it. There ain't no other reason. No other reason. And this is the sickness that we see now in this administration. The guy's a Middle East expert. They said his one of his jobs is to advise the president, and one of his specialties, he's a Middle East expert. And they still got rid of him. And the man is a soldier. He's ready to serve. And Trump and Pete got rid of this guy because of his rank. He's a 5-star. They said we can't have no Negroes that's a 5-star general, because we got to put them in charge of things, and that don't go with what we're trying to push. We're pushing racism. We're pushing racism. We're not here to push merit. It ain't about being, if it was about merit, he'd still be there. We're pushing racism, and black people don't know anything, and they're no good. And they got rid of this brother. I didn't even know that. Somebody sent me an email and bought him up. 5-star general, removed from his command because he's black. No other reason. No other reason. And this is what we're dealing with, man. And we're in the middle of war, and and black people are under siege of nothing but racism. Black people are under fire. They are under fire with nothing but racism. A 5-star general gets fired. The man has nothing but letters of accommodation. He's done nothing but serve his country. Trump gets in office because he's black and he's a 5-star. We can't have no black 5-stars running around here. We only want the Negro to cook food for us. We want to go back to the 40s when you Negroes knew your place. And Donald Trump got rid of this brother. And Pete bragged on Fox News, they fired him because he's black. 5-star general. That's racism, brother. That is pure racism. And we're at war now. What about the troops? Who are the men going to look up to, man? What about the troops? C.Q. Brown, 40 years of faithful service to his country. Done nothing but what he's supposed to do. A black man, born in America, a black man. But because his skin is black, he's got to suffer. He's got to retire. He's got to get fired. He's got to get embarrassed because he's a black man with too many bars, and we don't need no black man with a bunch of bars. We need the Negro here to clean up after we're finished eating. We don't need these Negroes trying to sit at the table. We don't need a black man's opinion. He's black. We don't want black men to advise us about this war. The only time we need these Negroes is when they're delivering groceries. Isn't that something that you got to deal with that? And then you get the Fox Newsers, right? You get the bigots and the racists from Fox News who come over here. The Glenn Becks, the bigots, the people who push the racism, and they come over here and they make excuses. And we're in the middle of a war now. We're in the middle of a war. We're in the middle of a war, and we're not winning. And what about the black troops? They're bringing home dead black bodies. What about the black troops? Don't we care? Do they matter? Pete Hegseth got rid of this guy. He's pitiful. Trump got rid of this guy. He never did nothing wrong. Remember that. All he did, look at those medals. Look at that man is an awarded veteran. Look at those medals. This is called prestige. This man has served his country with honor, distinction. And because he's a black man and he's got too many, his rank is too high, the white boy, he couldn't find nothing to do with him. So he got rid of this brother. He got rid of the German. We can't have no 5-star. We can't have these black people running around here with no high ranks. We don't work like that. That ain't how we move. Yeah. More racism. More racism in the Trump administration. CQ Brown fired by Pete Hegseth. He was too high ranking, and he had the nerve. This is the thing. Who the hell does this 5-star general think he is? Trying to tell me about the war, trying to tell me about Iran. I know what's going on. I work for Fox News. Don't you know I know what's going on? I work for Fox News. I know Laura Ingraham. I know Sean Hannity. I had dinner with Sean Hannity. I know Tucker Carlson. You're just a 5-star general. What do you know? You just been working for 40 years in the military. What the hell do you know? You listen to me. I know it all. We're going to bomb Iran. What's wrong with you trying to tell me what to do? What the hell? Get out of the middle. They got rid of this brother. They got rid of this brother. They ran this brother off. It's sick when you think about it. Former Joint Chiefs of Staff here it is. Oh, I'm looking at the report right here. Former Chairman CQ Brown, respected by his peers. Trump gets in office, and here comes the racism. That man, if you're a black man now, you got to be ducking, bro. They trying to do something. If you're a black man in this administration, they trying to harm you. Especially you're a black man of respect and prestige. Now, if you there mopping floors and cleaning up, they don't care. You doing a black man's job. But if you're a black man and you out here trying to lead and you saying, Mr. President, it's a bad idea to go into Iran, they're going to fire you. And when you say, well, Mr. President, you want me to advise you? No, I want you to be my yes man, like Pete. I want you to do whatever I tell you to do. But Mr. President, my job is to advise you. I know everything. I don't need any advice. And he fired this brother. And he fired this brother. And he fired this brother. And already the excuse makers are in the chat box. The Fox Newsers, they show up like roaches to spread lies. Look, let me tell you something. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth got rid of this black man, 5-star general, for one reason only. He's black. And you guys have been brainwashed to think that would never, that's happening now. It's also happened. And you're not going to tell, look, I'm not going to let you sit in that chat box and lie to me. Fired a man because he's black. And he's sending black people off to a war to die. And he's firing people because they're black. What kind of country are we becoming? What kind of world do we live in? You almost can't believe this stuff. There we go. You just got relieved of your duties, bigot. Why do these people have a problem with the truth? They're so bothered by the truth. He's black and intelligent and a threat to this regime, no doubt about it. He's like a military Obama. They don't like if you're a black man and you're intelligent, they're not going to like you. You know that. Like the stream, man. This brother was fired from his position for nothing other than he still got time. They say he still had time left. Trump got in office. Trump removed the man. It says the president has the authority to remove any general. That's sick, bro. That is sick. 3- and 4-star generals or admirals, if they get forced out, yeah, he was a 5-star. First of all, you got to fire the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Hegseth said in a November appearance on the Sean Ryan show. Any general that had anything to do with the DEI woke, isn't that something? That's you know what? Just like he's got to go into Iran, just like right now, you want these people to break the law, follow your orders. You're saying now you're going to punish him for a legal policy. They get a memo, bro. The president directs, just like you, Pete, your Secretary of Defense, a memo is passed. This is ridiculous. This is racism, brother. This is nothing but racism. And this also is race. This is a flex. Pete wanted to flex and discriminate against his brother. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You can say what you want about this brother. And this goes back to his honorable, the way he served this country. This man has stood and been with distinction. He hasn't filed anything. He hasn't filed any complaint. This man has done nothing but serve his country. Nothing but serve his country. And he deserves our respect. And he got discriminated against. That's all he got. He got discriminated against. And you want black men and women to go to a foreign country and die. And you're treating black people the way you treated this general. The way you treated him. That is sick. That is sick. And we're going to tell the truth over here. We're going to keep telling the truth. We don't have a choice. We got to tell the truth over here. Fired. Another brother. All of these brothers, if they have high rank, if they're in positions of power, watch out for Trump. It's sort of how Trump does those black judges. He goes after the black judges if they don't do what he tells them to do. When the person says, hey, I'm a judge, I got to follow the law. They say, I don't care. You're woke. What do you mean? I'm following the law. That's called racism, brother. He's openly racist. And you talk about him flirting with that African reporter. Yeah. You think just because you racist, you don't want to smash the other? Yeah, you do. A lot of racists smash other, especially when they can't get their own. A lot of them can't get their own. It's worse for the brothers, man. I don't even know what to say to this, brother. I salute you, brother. Middle East expert. We need you now more than ever. I don't know what to say to you, brother. The bigotry, and and they got to show out. They got to go on Fox News and talk how they fired you. Why? What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Oh, he had something to do with DEI. Well, who didn't have something to do with DEI? All of them had something to do with that. Well, he's black. But is that a reason to fire a man because he's following policy? Or according to them, it is. But I don't think it was about DEI. I think it's because he's black. I think they saw a black man and they wanted to humiliate him and they wanted to hurt him. That is what a white supremacist and a bigot and a racist does. They used to hate when black people had on those uniforms. The white supremacists would always assault those people. They would catch those. Many of those people would return back to their hometowns and they would be wearing their uniform and they would catch those people and they would assault those people. And they would do it while they were in uniform to show the world they didn't give a damn about the way they served their country. And that's what they're doing with him. We don't give a damn about your 40 years of service. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. We're white and we're in charge. Get your ass out of here. Isn't that something? That man gave you 40 years serving his country. He salutes the flag. And just because his skin is dark, skin is black, here comes the racism. And the lies and the Fox Newsers and the Newsmax, just the hate speech and the racism. This is what you get. And we tell the truth over here. See, a lot of you want to go to these channels where these Negroes lie to you. We don't lie over here. We tell the truth. It says Trump parents were also racist. Hold up, let me say something. Just because, now Trump, this is racism, but don't get it twisted. You guys think I'm advocating for Biden? I'm not. Once again, you guys keep thinking I'm a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I just don't approve. I don't think racism is right. And I think you agree with me. I think you guys think it's okay if Trump discriminates, though. Well, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. And you can believe whatever lie you want to. You can believe all the lies you want to. I'm looking at the chat. Believe your lies. Your lies ain't going to change these truths. He was removed because he's black. Don't come up here with that BS. Oh, he was removed because he ate with a fork. He ate his soup with a fork instead of a spoon. He was removed because that man ain't did nothing but do his job and do his duty. And you guys, once again, these black men are showing honor. You guys don't understand what honor is. This man is serving his country with honor and decency. And because he's black, they get removed and they get fired. And then these bigots, and let me tell you something, if you're in the chat box and you think that man got removed for anything other than his race, you are a bigot and a racist. You want to believe that lie. You don't want to believe the truth. That man was fired for one reason. He's black. Period. You sit up here listening to these fools talking about something. He did something. That man ain't did nothing. Nothing. Once again, white supremacy is reigning deep. A brother goes out for 40 years. He served his country. 40 years. 40 years he served his country with honors. Trump gets into office. He brings this clown from Fox News with him. And all of a sudden, this brother's got to step down. That is nothing but racism, brother. That's nothing but racism. He put the monkey heads on the Obamas. You see how the white supremacists, you see how these you see how these Fox Newsers, these racist buffoons, how they make excuses for Trump. He put monkey heads on the Obamas. Oh, that was a mistake. How many mistakes is he going to make before you just call him what he is? He's a goddamn racist. He's a goddamn racist. Charles Q. Brown, Jr. Charles Q. Brown, Jr. That's so sad, man. And they got rid of this brother, man, because he stood on business. He stood on business. He said he's not going to be involved in racism. And this is what we've been talking about. Look, these people, they live by a code. They're not going to hop on no racism, man. They don't believe in racism. And see, these Fox Newsers have been brainwashed into thinking you're only a good black person if you push white racism against black folks. Well, no, that ain't how it works. These are honorable men. These are men who live by a code and a standard. These are the type of men that you want, that you depend on. And that man said he's not going to engage in racism. You got the first general, he refused to do unlawful orders. These people are scumbags. These are scumbags. We're losing our good people. What about our good people? We're losing 40-year experienced generals. We're in a quagmire in the Middle East. This guy's an expert. This guy knows the leaders in those foreign countries. Send him over there. Help. He needs to get it. He probably won't do it. He needs to get us out of this. They respect him over there. They don't respect Trump. They certainly don't respect Fox News, the Fox News host. They respect him. Look at the bigots. Look at the racists in the chat box. They don't like that stuff. Bother y'all, don't it? Y'all so racist, and y'all done built into believing that you're not. When somebody points it out, it makes you squirm on it. It makes you squirm. You've been listening to Fox News too long, brother. That is hold on, just so you know, that is racism. I don't care what program you listen to. That's nothing but racism, brother. And it's so sad that they've been brainwashed and they don't think it is. They don't think it is. Just because they can get a black mouth to expound anti-black hate speech, They think, well, it can't be racist. That black person saying it. Oh, it's racist. It's racist. It's racist. And getting rid of this general is racist. And thank you, sir, for standing on something. Thank you, sir, for standing on something, standing up for your country. Thank you, sir. You could have easily bent over and served hate and racism. You chose not to. We're talking about a man who lost his position because he's black. And you got people on here, they cool with that. If a black person is suffering, they don't have no problem with that. They have no problem with that. As long as a black man who's got to catch the short end of a stick, they don't care. They fired this man, this black man, because he wouldn't engage in racist policies. They fired him because he wouldn't be a minion to Trump. You got to respect this man. This man's a 4-star, 5-star general. I think he's 5-star, Joint Chiefs of Staff, 5-star. This is a leader of men. And what does he get? Disrespected. That's what he got. And somebody just put some gay stuff in there. He said he wanted pumps to be official uniform. I don't know. You got to go talk to him. That's not what I got. I got because he's black. I don't know what you got. And they always going, the first thing these bigots do is they go to the gay community and all of a sudden, I give it another 10 minutes, they're going to be calling him gay. And see, that's the thing about a black person. You got to get these white people, you got to get out of their issues. They're always, and most of them are gay. When you say who's the majority gay, they are. But they always try to drag you into that world, man. I have no idea look, at the end of the day, he should not have been reassigned. He should have been respected. Yeah, that's nothing but racism, brother. He said Trump's his hero. Yeah, because you're a racist. Because you're a racist. And you hate black people. So yeah, Trump's your hero. I'm not surprised by that, brother. And you also impressed by that. You like the fact that this 40-year veteran lost his command. You like that, don't you? You like that. And you know who is fighting for? Look, I just want you biggest to understand that. If there were pumps, somebody in the chat said he wanted military members like men to wear pumps, not just the women. Okay. Not something I agree with, but let's attack that. Who was he defending? You know, it was mostly white guys in there with the pump. That's 90% white guys, all that trans stuff. Them white guys. And that's a black man standing up for what he believes in, defending white guys. And you guys talk about it's okay to fire him. That's crazy, man. That is crazy to say that. I can't believe that, man. A black man, and Malcolm X said a black man is wrong. He said, let me tell you something. In America, white racism isn't going anywhere. He said, all of these Negroes, he said, let me tell you what they do. He said they can straighten their hair, they can wear a suit, they can talk, sound like the white man, but they still black. He said a black man is wrong. If he lays on his front, he's wrong. He turns on his side, he's wrong. If he lays on his back. This brother got fired after 40 years of service because he's black, because he's wrong. He's wrong because he's black. There's nothing he could do. Nothing that man could have done. He could have ran off that aircraft carrier with 2 missiles on between his legs and flew over Iran and dropped the bombs and flew back. They would have fired him because they don't like that. They still would have fired him because he's black. And this is the type of bigotry that black people have to tolerate. Even when we do good, this is what happens to us. This man is attacking our generals. He's attacking our generals. He's going after our commanders. He said, yeah, we got a guy in the chat said, I had no idea America hated us so much. Why do you guys hate black people so much? Is that why you voted for Trump? Because you really, you low-key hate black people. That's why you voted for Trump, isn't it? Because you hate black people. And you hide behind Trump. And he got in there and he fired some good black people and you're happy. You like that makes you feel good in your trailer park, in your horrible life, while you're smoking your meth pipe and all of that. Your life is a living hell, but you feel good because you got a racist president. Isn't that sick? This black man had to get fired. A good brother, healthy brother. A good, decent, healthy brother. But this is what you got to deal with, brother. The white supremacists elected him. And now we're in Iran. Now we're in Iran. Now we're fighting in Iran. We're fighting for our lives. And Trump has made 8 peace feelers. 8 peace feelers have been sent to Iran, and they've all been turned down. I'm going to tell you something. He done lost the street. The streets don't know that he's been bitching up like that. They don't know that about Trump. Trump sent all of these peace offerings to Iran. When that gets out to the streets, he going to lose them little handful of black folks he got voting for. They might not care about his racism, but they care about that. You can't be weak. He been over there begging them people, hey, let's end this war. They said, nah, we good. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, we need to end this war. We good. Black people going over there. That's something. You black, you in the ghetto, you going overseas to die in Israel. That's some sick. That is sick, bruh. That is sick. Hey, he said 60% of the vote went to 60%. Yeah, well, actually, Kamala got 95% of black women and 80% of black men. You guys are so stupid. And you can't hide your racism, brother. You want black people. You like firing them. You like dogging them out. You want them to go mop that floor for me. But that ain't gonna work, brother. This is America. That brother right there got every right to the American dream that Trump has. And that burns you to death, don't it? That black man got every right to the American dream that you got, racist white boy. All of you running behind, claiming you're a conservative, that don't change. Don't nobody fooled by that. Go listen to Fox News. Like you fooling somebody. Bro, that shit racist. Sean, all that stuff, all of that, all of it. All of it. Yeah, stupid, bigoted, racist piece of trash on here talking about this general got fired and he happy. He couldn't even make it in the service. He couldn't do 2 months. Now they ain't talking about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk got popped in the neck bone. Charlie Kirk got popped. in the neck bone. Take that with you, white boy. Like the stream, man. We tell the truth over here, bro. And we gonna keep telling the truth over here. Yeah, you know, and we got to come together as a people, man. We got black people going over to Iran, white people. We got the troops, man. Don't the troops matter? Can you withhold your racism long enough to take care of the troops? What about the troops? You don't get rid of your main advisor, man. You don't get rid of him. You need him. You need his advice. He knows people over there. He can be your emissary. That man can go over there and help. He can do things they're not going to let that you can't do, Trump, Pete. He needs to be a peacemaker. Let that man go over there and end this stuff. Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck bone. That's how black people look at that. You can go ahead and honor him all you want to. I don't honor him. He got shot in the neck bone. Take that with you, white boy. Like the stream, man. We got a five-star general that's been relieved of his duties because of his race. And yeah, they give you the jibber jabber, the yap, and the lies. They give you the yep. But the truth is, it's because of his race. Salute to this brother, man. I don't know what to say to you, sir. Thank you for your service, sir. I apologize to you, sir. We can't control the hatred and the racism that's displayed against you and also in this chat box. The Fox Newsers, they've been brainwashed. They've been listening to the Glenn Becks. They've been listening to the Fox News. They've been listening to the Tucker Carlsons. They've been listening to all these bigots and racists. And that's why you got this on the internet now. They bring their racism to the internet, and they're happy that a good man with 40 years of experience, 40 years of outstanding service is removed so that they can accommodate a Fox News host. Like the stream. Like the stream, brother. We're going to tell the crew. We're going to tell the truth. Black man, another black general, admiral. And that's so bad. If you're a black, it ain't even that many of them. It might be 5. You know, it might be 4. In the whole armed services, it might be 4 black people who've achieved that rank, and they done ran 2 of them out that I know about. Now, somebody sent me an email. If you know something I don't, please hit me on the email. Hit me on the email, because if I don't know, we'll put it out. Like the stream, brother. 40 years. Tell me this. Is it good or bad that a 40-year general is retired or fired, as Pete put. Pete said fired. Is it good or bad that a 40-year veteran who's achieved high rank, and he ain't 40 years sitting on his ass, 40 years chief of staff, 40 years going over to Iran, brokering deals for America, going over these foreign countries, making peace. Is it good or bad that he had to leave the service? Yes or no? That's all. Just say yes or no. If you're a good person, you're going to say yes. I mean, you're going to say no, but then again, you don't control that. But you're going to say, no, it's not good for him to leave, but I don't control that. But there's a lot of people on here who's saying yes. Yeah, there go one. Yeah, there you go. Right off the bat. He couldn't let me even finish the question. He said yes, because he's black. Who else want to see him get fired? Who else? Who else want to see this man lose his job? Who else want to see him go home to his wife and cry in her shoulders? How he hurt he is, his country is, he feels like his country's let him down. Who else? Who else? Well, you know what? Respect to you, the chat box. Only one, no, it's two. There go two. Two guys have said that. Three. Okay, three. Here they come. Here they come. Three guys are happy this black man. What do you guys get off on seeing black people like being discriminated? Why does that make you feel powerful? And when you see a black person and they get discriminated against, do you feel like a man, or does that make you feel a certain kind of way? Because maybe I'm missing something. That makes you look at your own life and feel like, hey, I'm white and I'm special. Okay, yeah, okay, 4 or 5 yeses. Is that what makes you feel good? That makes you feel good? They're firing all the black majors, captains, and generals. Okay, hold up, let me get that. Let me see that I missed that. Hold up. They're firing all these black majors, captains, and generals for no reason. Yep, well, there is a reason. They're black. They're doing it for one reason. They're black. That's the reason they're doing it. And then they discriminate. Check this out. This is the whole Fox News, talk radio, Sean, all of these bigots. Be racist, right? And then accuse black people of playing victim. Well, why don't you stop discriminating against them? Why don't you stop? You ever thought about that? You think that might be smart, that you're going to withhold your racism and leave black people alone? You ever thought about that? But see, they don't care about, they like fire. I had a white dude, this was years ago, white guy. I don't know why he told me, we was working together, and he told me that he worked at a hardware shop with his grandpa. And he said, man, his grandpa had a habit of hiring Negroes, but he didn't refer to them as Negroes. He said, man, he'll hire a Negro on purpose. He said he'll let him work there for 3 days, and then he said out of nowhere, he'll just fire him. And he said at first he didn't understand it. But then he said the white guy, his grandpa told him it made him feel like a man. It made him feel like he's in charge. He said he just enjoyed doing it, yanking the rug out from under the Negro. Hire the Negro, he's working, and he's trying to come to work. He's dealing with racism, discrimination. And then he gets a job, and then he goes in, works 3 days, and then grandpa meets him at the door with, I got to let you go, son. No reason. I just got to let you go. Killing the man's confidence, destroying him as a man. And he said he watched his grandpa do that for at least 15 years growing up. He woke me up because I didn't even know they did that. I said, hey. He said, I used to ask Daddy about it. He said, Daddy said it made him feel good. He said, he was like, wait till you grow up. He said, I know you don't understand. You're a kid. Wait till you grow up. So is that true? So when you racist white guys get grown, y'all like pulling the rug out from under black guys? That make y'all feel like men? How you feel about black men with white women? Does that disturb you? Does that make you scratch your pants leg? Hey, somebody said biscuits and gravy. You know what? White women and black men, biscuits. The white woman would be the biscuit, gravy. The brother would be the gravy, that brown gravy. Yeah. That's that brown gravy. Pour it on there. Pour the whole, man, cover the whole thing. Man, bathe it in that gravy, bro. You don't like that, do you? White women with black men, you don't like that. You know what? Just because of this chat, I think I'll have biscuits and gravy for dinner. Just because of this chat box. This brother had every right to do his job. This brother held his hand up high and took an oath to protect America. They came in here with these bigots, these Fox News. I think Fox News disqualifies you. I do. I do. If you're trying to get a job in the military, I think if you've been on Fox News, you should be fired. There you go. He was fired because he's black and he can't turn himself white. So what you talking about? Like the stream, brother. Why are you here, brother? I don't understand these goofballs. They come over here complaining about me, but they keep coming back. You dudes got a lot. You got some issues, man. You need to go see a therapist, brother. You guys need to see somebody, man. Go talk to somebody about that. We tell the truth over here. I know you don't. Go listen to your phone. Go to your echo chamber and blame black people for everything. That's how you make your money, right? What do you think about Caitlin Clark? Uh-oh. Who do you like, Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark? Who do you like more? Let me put in the chat who I like more. I'm going to tell you the truth. Right here. Who I like more? I agree she's a little immature. Give me Angel Reese, brother. Give me Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. Now, I assume these bigots, they like Caitlin Clark. Watch. Yeah, you better not put that in the chat box. See what I'm saying? I'll be exposing these people, brother. I know why you like Caitlin Clark. I thought so. Yeah, these are the type of bigots that go to a WNBA game. Oh, man. Bro, I don't care who playing. I would never go to a WNBA game. I would even watch that on TV and it's free. I don't have no time for no WNBA. Yeah, he put that's what y'all been throwing on the court. That's what you throw on the court. What is that supposed to mean? I saw something about that a while back. Woo! This is the world we live in, though, man. The black person got to take it, man. They're going to fire the black person. You got a qualified general. They're going to fire the general. You got another general. He's not going to do an unlawful order. Just think about it, man. You're a general. You got 38 years in. You got kids in the service. You married. You love your wife. You love her family, your family. You love your country. You'll die for your country. And you get a new commander in chief, and he tell you to do an unlawful order. And you say, sir, I can't do that. They said, you're going to do it because we told you to do it. You said, no, sir, I will not violate my oath. Well, then you got to go. That's racism. That's called racism, brother. Don't you realize that? That's racism. That's all that is. And to show you how cowardly they are, none of them admitted they like Caitlin Clark more than Angel. They're not going to tell you. They do, though. And they'll go to the game. And you know what? When they see you overweight, obese, diabetic, disgusting internet losers with your Fox News hat on and your oxygen tank talking about Caitlin Clark, guess who's not going to come near you? Caitlin Clark. Guess who's gonna wind up with a black man before all this, before your ass get up out of here, before you take your last breath, you gonna get to see that black brother. She like brothers. Y'all ain't picked up on that? Caitlin like black men. You ain't seen it? Man, Caitlin got a couple of pictures. You gotta see her. When she be, I know she got a boyfriend, right? But when you see her with them black dudes, man, she lose herself. That white woman melt. That white woman melt like butter. It's a bunch of pictures with brothers her age. Man, she be laid all into them. That's really what she wants, man. And if I was around Caitlin, I'd say, hey, don't deny it. Go ahead and free yourself. You don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. Yeah, don't deny it. Don't deny it. She want the brothers, bro. She like brothers. When them black men come around, bro, she be all about herself. She put that ball down. She started fixing her hair. She started smiling. She be all up on them dudes, like laid into them dudes. Just in them dudes, like trying to go through them dudes. Yeah, I said, man, Caitlin, I seen her start. I said, man, Caitlin like brothers. If I was her man, I'm sure her man, he'd be mad, but he ain't, you know what her man ain't? He ain't crazy. He might be jealous, but he ain't crazy. He ain't gonna say nothing. You already know that's gonna be a problem. If he go over there, hey, man, get up off my girl, bro. Them Negroes, them some YNs too, bro. Whoa, man. Bro, I grab him. If I saw him, no, don't go. Let him take the picture, man. But don't do nothing stupid. And I think a regular dude gonna get Caitlin. I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a dude like I think it's gonna be a regular schmegler. I think it's gonna be a brother. It's gonna be a brother. He worked at Target. He ain't even a manager. He checked people out. Caitlin gonna come through there with something. And it's going to be her. He going to tell everybody, it wasn't me, that was her. She kept talking to me and then was like, take my number and come to the game. I'm inviting you to a game. And he said, I just went to the game, man, to see what it was. And next thing I know, somebody was tapping me on my shoulder, said, Caitlin wants you to be her guest. Can you please meet her in the back? I met her in the back. We exchanged numbers. And it's going to be like that. And it's going to be like, damn, now she's going to lose her white fans because they racist. But that's what she really wants. Like the stream, man. We got a brother. We got a brother on the ropes. We got two brothers. We talked about a brother this morning. We got another brother. And if you know something about another brother, please send it to me. Thank you. Eddie says, I hate Trump. There you go. We got another brother who was denied his opportunity. Carolyn Levitt. I don't know who is that. We got another brother who was denied his opportunity because he's got he has a standards and morals. And he don't want to play politics. And this brother lost after 40 years. And they fed this to Fox News. This was red meat for the bigots and the racists of Fox News. They fed this to the Laura Ingrams, the Sean Hannity crowd. Let me tell you guys something, if I can. Do you guys think do you think black people look at that and think it's fair? That shit's racist, man. We know you bigots think it's not because they drag a Negro on some of their shows. That don't mean anything. That shit's racist. This brother lost his high-paying, good job because he didn't want to compromise on what he believes in. This is a Christian man. Trump wanted this man to violate his Christian values. And he said no. And salute to this brother. Salute to this brother. Salute to this brother. God bless us with more of you, brother. Sir, I send my sympathies to you, sir. What happened to you is unacceptable. And why did you have to lose your job? Because you black. No other reason. The Fox Newsers, the liars, the Newsmaxers, they're going to say that you did something wrong. But I know, and you know, you never did anything wrong. You upheld your oath, and Trump and Pete got rid of you. And here you are, a 40-year veteran serving your country with distinction, and you got this bigot who wears baseball hats to funerals. You want to talk about out of uniforms? He wears baseball hats to funerals. That's what we got to deal with. Like the stream, man. I wish I would go to and then you go to the WNBA game and you see some fat, diabetic, swollen dirt bag with an oxygen tank limping into the stadium with squares into a Caitlin Clark jersey, sweating. And you know that's a Fox Newser. You look at him and say, man, I don't give a damn about that Fox Newser. And you know what? That's when a guy like me, when I see your fat ass sitting up there with that oxygen tank, I'm going to go over to the court and start flirting with Caitlin. Because I want to give you a heart attack, you fat sack of shit. You Fox News listening monkey. I'm going to get right by you and I'm going to flirt with her. And if you say something, I'm going to grab that oxygen mask and run off with it. And you know you ain't going to make it. You know I'm going to run off with the little cup and I'm going to throw it off in the corner. You fat diabetic sack of shit. Listen, brother, they was wrong. He was wrong to do what he did. This brother didn't do nothing wrong. This brother did what he was supposed to. Oh, yeah, we're in the process, Mr. Puerto Rican man. We finna chop up what you said. Mr. I'm married to a white woman, Puerto Rican man, and an American race man. We got you, brother. If you like to, you're welcome to call back. That man had to get his accent together. And we're in war right now. They've said Trump has already asked Iran 8 times for peace. You guys believe when Trump be talking? You guys believe that Trump has asked? Trump has sent peace feelers. And let me tell you something. The hood don't even know that. You wait till the hood. I'll give you that. Trump has a segment of the ghetto, the inner city. He does have those people. But what are they going to do when it turns out he's been begging for peace? Them people, they're not built like that. He's running around with peace feelers. He said you can't believe anything Iran says. What about Trump? Can you believe what he says? Okay, can you believe what Trump says? So that would mean you can't believe what anything says. Okay. See, this is where you guys got me messed up. I don't disagree with that. None of us are getting the truth. Okay. 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 Iran is not liberating the American people. And we still don't know if Netanyahu if he's dead or whatever. Where's Trump? Where's him and Trump at? Like the stream, man. We just try to tell the truth over here. And we black, we know they don't want black people to tell the truth. They want to give you a Fox News. They want to give you a whitewashed version of reality. The Fox News, the bigots, the anti-black bigots, they want you to listen to them. That ain't going to happen. And you'd be surprised. I actually agree with what's that white guy, Nick Fuentes, on a lot of stuff he says. Now, I don't agree with his racism. Okay, I agree with you that he is a racist, but he makes a lot of good points. And guess what? I don't need him to like me. It ain't like me and him are ever going to do anything. I'm not going to hang out with him. He ain't even the type of guy I like women. That ain't the type of guy I would even hang out with. But when you talk about his politics, I actually agree with Nick Fuentes on a lot of his points. Like the stream, bro. But then again, they ain't even the type of dude. I wouldn't do nothing with him. Hang out with him, go around. Now, what I would do with him is listen to his commentary on YouTube. He can look at all the gay porn or whatever. He can look at all that stuff he wants to. That's none of my business. Thank you. Thank you. Reason has shown up. Thank you. Dallas says anyone who believes Pete Hegseth is more qualified than the 40-year veteran general is completely delusional. Thank you. And see, that's white racism. White racism says because he's white, then he must be, he's better. And see, we don't believe in racism. They do, though. The chat box does, but we don't. He fired a lot of good black men, racist. Isn't that something, man? If you even have a topic, here come the white supremacists talking about white men. Are we talking about white men? Hold on, let's look at this comment. And this guy, he's a racist. Hold up. Look at this comment. I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Fake guy, you know, it's a troll account. He fired a lot of good white men too. He is firing America First people. They want people loyal to Israel. Okay, I agree with that point. Fired a lot of American First people. I agree with that point. He fired a lot of good. I don't understand why you would bring that up. He fired a black man with 40 years of service. Are we talking about good white men? You on your way though, brother. I'll give you about 70% where you need to be. You still got something in you. You got 30%. But I'll give you 80. You got about 20%. You'll be all right though. You'll get the point. And we can have oh, I didn't even see this dude's name. Okay. Whoa. Oh man. Oh man. What are we doing? What are we doing? But bro, I don't know what you got a lot of work to do, brother. You got a lot of work to do. Said black women are mad. Man, I hope not. I hope the sisterhood can see the error of the ways, man, as far as you don't have to sleep with black men. You can have 5 white men waiting on you. Go make love to 10 white men. Go have 20 white babies or mixed babies. But wrong is wrong, right is right. If this brother right here, if this black man gets fired because he's black, we got to say something about it. And I'm going to do that. All the other people, they can ignore it, but I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth, man. I was taught that by my grandma. She said, tell the truth and shame the devil. I'm going to tell the truth. What they're doing to these black people is wrong. What they're hiding behind is lies. They're making up lies about these people. I don't even believe what they said. They said there's something about the dress code. He wouldn't change it. I think that's a lie. I think they got rid of him because he's black. That's the only reason they got rid of him. That's the only reason they got rid of him, because his skin is black and they're racist, both of them. They hate black people. Let me tell you something, though. They better be careful because they don't want those troops to mutiny. If it gets out that they're racist, remember, that's an American force. That's a multicultural, multiracial American force. You don't have a military. If it gets out that Trump and Pete are bigots and racists, and that becomes common knowledge, he no longer has a military. You're talking about Iran. I hope that's why he's got to be careful with that, man. You got to be careful, Trump. He said, you think the army doesn't know? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. We got a genius in the chat box. This is something you can tell your kids. General Patton had hardly any chess BS medals like this dude. Yeah, it's BS, brother. How many medals do you have, sir? I'm waiting. I'm going to take time, too. How many medals do you have, Ken? What's his name? Hold up. What is his name? Ken Carruthers. Ken Carruthers. How many medals do you have, sir? And somebody in that picture is dressed as a clown. Can I take it that's you, Ken? You know what? You got the perfect avatar, Ken. Do you see that? That man's dressed as, what is that, Ronald McDonald or something? How many medals do you have, sir? Because we know they just give them, right? You ain't got to earn them. Now, this is supposed to be the merit Fox News guy about merit. This brother's earned everything he has, yet He's bringing up General Patton. Who said he was General Patton? He doesn't say that. Mr. Carruthers, can you answer the question, sir? You have on a McDonald's. What is that? You got on a, what is that? What's that thing? What is that? No. What's that clown that's got the nails? What did he call himself? No, what did he call himself? What's the clown that's got the fingernails and all of that? That's, that Pennywise. Yeah, Pennywise. This guy's got on a Pennywise outfit and he's trying to disrespect a general of 40 years who's been on the way, who's been out at that water, who's been in all of those defensive positions defending America. And this complete imbecile has on a Pennywise cartoon, a Pennywise outfit in his avatar, and he's being disrespectful. You know what you earned yourself, brother? We finna send you to the dungeon. I want you to know that, genius. Ken Carruthers, you tell the world Platinum sent you to the dungeon. And the dungeon is the block list, so banned for being stupid. You got banned literally just for one reason, being stupid. Next time you decide to troll, don't put on the Pennywise costume, bro. Put something else up. You go to the dungeon, brother. I think he was a 5-star when he was over the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I think you have to give him another star so he outranks the others. If that's okay with you, Mr. Lagos. If that's okay with you. But then again, if not, discuss it with somebody else. Yeah, I'm afraid of the war crimes too. If I was them generals, I'd be running too, because guess what happens? When this is over with, they're going to have you in front of Congress. You're the one that's going to be in front of Congress. I blocked him not because of what he said, but because of his racism. He don't have to bring his racism over here. Somebody put Obama. He brought up Barack Obama. Man, Obama, when did Obama get out? What, 18? He still, no. Obama got out when? You had Trump, what, 2015? 2013? $2016, thank you. Like the stream, brother. We let Joey Jones, he been here just spewing nothing but racism. We ain't blocked him. We haven't blocked him yet. Like the stream, man. We got the join link. Let me post the join link. I wish I had men out here, man. We got so many cowards in the chat box. They cannot defend their position. They cannot come up and give you salient points. They can't do it. All they can do is scribble like cowards in the chat box, like roaches and mice. Man, look, as much as you can say about that idiot guy who called me this morning, and he was, the Puerto Rican guy who wants to be a white boy. As much as you can say about him, there's a lot to say. I commend him. He's a man. He had to. He was brave enough to come up here and let me make a fool out of him. I mean, what you want me to do, man? What you want me to do? He was brave enough to come up here and make. And I took it. I was like, well, bro, I gave him grace. Bro, anybody who heard that, they know I pulled my punches. And we're going to chop that up. It's over there on that other load. I got to remember, we're going to cut that out. Oh, we got Freeze pop up. Uh-oh. What's up with you, Freeze?
Peace. What's up? Good afternoon. Can you hear me, Platt?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Oh, don't forget that Peter's a drunk, man. Don't forget about that.
Okay. Where'd that come from? Where did all those rumors come from?
Man, that's what they say over there on that side. But who is he? I mean, I don't know, man. I never heard of him until now. But this is crazy. I mean, these dudes are literally just destroying the country for no reason, man.
What about this black man? This man got 40 years of honorable service. He never got in trouble. He never did nothing stupid. He never beat his wife. He never got drunk and got in a bar fight. He's got 40 years of honorable service, and Trump got mad and rid of him because of his rank. Because Trump don't want Negroes to be having no positions of power in his administration.
Yeah, man. I mean, let me ask you something. Because I just keep thinking like we, basically got set up, man. I just always felt like the Democrats shut us up, man, because this dude, Trump, is an idiot. Like, you couldn't beat an idiot? I don't know, man.
Well, no, that was Biden's fault. Biden is old. And if Biden don't phase out during that debate, Biden wins. But I have to admit, man, you don't want a man who's going through that stage of dementia or whatever. He phased out during the debate. You didn't see him. He sat there and he waved his face off. Yeah, that killed his chances right there.
Well, they said he'd been having some cognitive issues, but they was just, they kept trying to hide it. But
you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm sort of glad. Now, I'm not necessarily happy that Trump won, but yeah. I'm glad that Biden's out of there. I'm glad Biden and Kamala are there because I didn't agree. They're sort of extreme, brother. They're not moderates. I wish moderates would run for office. They're extreme liberals, and I don't want to deal with. I can't fuck with extreme liberals. They're extreme liberals. That's why they got weak borders, all of this gay stuff. So in a lot of ways, I'm sort of glad that Biden's out of there because Biden wasn't able to. We need a leader who's not an extremist. I don't know where they are.
Yeah, I think they still are. I mean, you see, they haven't really changed their message either. Like I guess they just figure like let him be as terrible as Trump be so terrible we don't got no choice but to go back to the Democrats. I guess that's their plan because they haven't changed their message at all, even though it didn't work. They still on the immigration thing. They still talking about, that's crazy. So they like, okay, well, we just go sit back and watch the paint dry and everything fall apart. Then they'll come running back to us. Right, man. We need like a Green Party or something else, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Nobody's willing to do that, though. Nobody's willing to. There are Green Party. There are alternative parties, but collectively, people are not willing to go to those parties. And
Why?
so,
Why you think not? Why you think not? I'm just
well,
curious.
I
Why?
know why they want to win. So the way
Okay.
we are, we don't do that. But and you got to remember, when you look at it, the Democratic Party, they have lobbyists, they have money, they're involved. I'm saying they're like a spider web. They're connected all over. The Republicans, conservatives, connected all over. They have with Fox News, which they didn't want to bring here. Fox News, the Rush Limbaugh, the guy who replaced him, all that talk radio, that's all their stuff. When you say a Green Party don't have none of that. All they got is a party. It would be like me running for president tomorrow. I don't have anybody lobbying for me. I don't have no connections with Hewlett Packard or
Yeah.
all these weapons makers or foreign countries. I'm not sitting in the rooms with them. So yeah, it's about connection. You got to get your connections up. You don't have connections, you can't win. You can run like Kanye ran, but you can't win because you're not connected.
How do you fire a gen? I didn't know you could fire a general. Like what?
You can't fire him, but you can, because he's president, you can reassign them. Okay, you could take a general that you don't like, you can take him from his command,
Okay.
you can, and then don't promote him. So, because it goes by, it's like set up where at a certain amount of time you have to be a certain level. And in where what he's doing, he has to be promoted by the president. Is the person who looks at his resume, and if the president passes you over, that's quote low key retiring you because you can't do your job. Also, a president can cause you to lose respect with your peers because he keeps passing you over, and these other people he's promoting.
Okay.
Yeah, and these people are black, man. They're black, and Trump's a racist. They don't have a fair chance. And see, the white supremacists in the chat box, they ignore that part and make it about, well, hey, man, he just wasn't the best candidate. No, he was black. Did you hear this bigot? Did you hear this racist who called me this morning?
No, I didn't hear it. What happened?
Man, this racist called me this morning, and then he said some of the most insane, ridiculous statements. All of it was wrong. And then I told him, I let him finish. I said, did Fox News tell you that? And then he lost it. Why you keep accusing me of this stuff? I said, you sound like him. I said, did Fox News tell you that? Yeah, because Fox News he's been brainwashed by Glenn Beck, by Fox News. He's brainwashed by the Glenn Beck, the Fox News, the Sean Hannity, the Tucker Carlsons. He's brainwashed. And this is what we got to deal with, man. Like the stream, man. Unmute your mic, JR. Unmute. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Unmute. Okay, you did.
What's going on, Platinum?
We got a general who's been basically fired because he's black. And we got a group of people like in the chat box and America who want to act like racism doesn't exist anymore. So it's okay to fire black people because they black, and then give you a bunch of crap about how it had something to do with something else. That man got fired for one reason, because he's black.
Yeah, look, I definitely, I can agree to some of that. This particular situation kind of hits home with me personally. Me having worked for General C.Q. Brown.
Oh, you know him? You know him?
Yes, I do.
Wow. It's a small world. Hold up, Jay. It's a small world. It's a small world. No. The floor is yours. This man worked for him. Go ahead, JR.
Having worked for him as an aide when he was the commander of PACAF, that's Pacific Command. years back. Had the esteemed opportunity to work under his leadership as an aide, as a young officer in the Air Force, and it did that really hit me, man. This man, all I knew of the man of General C.Q. Brown was that he was honorable, he was dignified, he was very what's the word I'm trying to use? What's the word I'm trying to say to describe him? Highly intellectual, overall great person, very calculated in his leadership, and overly qualified for the position of Joint Chiefs of Staff. And it was a huge celebration as far as people he mentored, people that worked with him through the years throughout the Air Force. Huge celebration when he was appointed to that position of Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Hold on, let me ask you this: while you was working for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever give you an idea that he wanted to get the white boys out of there and just open up things for blacks?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Okay, well, how come he didn't say, hey, I'm in charge now. Let me get all these white people out of these positions and put just black people in these positions because I'm in charge. He didn't do that?
Again, from me working and knowing him, he's a man of character. He was a man of a dignity and respect. He respected everyone. There was no color. And he himself battled, racism throughout his career, to the point where he was literally the highest ranked military personnel, highest ranked Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, is the highest ranked military personnel. So the man that I knew, he didn't see color. He saw you for who you were, if what you could bring to the fight, what you could bring to the team, what you could bring to the Air Force, and ultimately what you could bring to the Department of Defense and strategic planning and command. So,
Well, just hold on. Do me a favor. Can you comment what you think about this racist? Now we know it's a troll. It's no big deal. We'll get rid of him. But look at while you're telling us you know CQ Brown. You know him. You work for him. You know the man. Look at this bigot, this racist in the chat box. Look at what he put in here.
Yeah, that is utterly words can't describe how people view something, how their outlook on the world. You can't put words in front of it. So to me, somebody saying that highest DEI N-word, without knowing somebody's character, without knowing somebody's intent about how to lead airmen into battle, about how to lead soldiers, sailors, Marines into battle, I'm not trying to hear anything someone like that has to say.
Yeah, so, and you know what he did? He earned himself. Let me give it to him. Don't say you ain't won nothing, man. Don't say nobody ain't done nothing for you, bro. You just earned yourself a trip to the dungeon. Here we go. Let me come over here. There we go. You just earned yourself. There you go. Go into the block list. You just earned yourself a trip to the dungeon. And if any of you bigots, put something in the chat, you're gone. Nobody wants to hear your racism. Go watch Fox News. Don't bring your hate and racism over here. We respect CQ Brown. We respect him. He's earned our respect. Don't bring your racism over here. Go look at YouTube Pete Hegseth videos. Go look at the puppets. Didn't he have like a juggling? Wasn't he juggling on Fox? Did you see that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he was juggling. He had a hand puppet show.
Yeah, but for me, yeah, it's crazy. As crazy as it is. Yeah, when that happened, I was kind of like, wow, obviously, when you're that high up, look, uh, you have to be aligned with with the administration. So I can't speak for General CQ Brown as far as his alignment with the administration and the views the new administration was coming in with, as far as DEI and every negative connotation attached to it by normal day-to-day civilians. What I can tell you is that, look, racism exists in the military, right? There's a lot of people that wear the uniform and they hide, who they are until a certain point, right? And I just hope no one that serves has to experience that either way, right? From a white to black perspective, from a black to white perspective, from a white to Latino perspective, or black to Latino perspective. I hope no one ever has to experience that. But what I will tell our current service members is brace yourself for if you do experience it, and know the proper protocols and procedures to go about reporting racism. So because it could be in the smallest
You
forms.
you 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 were an officer in the service, right?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
So did you ever have anybody, black or white, who for whatever reasons you noticed they didn't have any respect for you? Even though, no, not you personally. I'm just saying your rank. Like clearly you were outranked them. And you noticed that when you would do things like just like you do for everybody else, give them assignments, this person, they had a problem with you telling them to do it. Did you notice that at all?
I experienced that very early in my career when I was butter bar. That's a second lieutenant. I experienced a small form of racism earlier in my career. But as I grew through the ranks, I left the military as a major, and it, the kind of the higher I got up, I guess I kind of became blind to, the inverted racism or blatant racism. But early in my career, yes, as a butter bar, I did experience
Wow. Now hold up.
racism.
We don't care what you say. I don't, because people think they come over here with this BS. Who did you get that from the most?
Who did I get it from the most?
Black or white?
White men.
Wow.
Yeah.
White men who were barely in the service, third class, stuff like that.
Yeah. And it was enlisted white men.
What they was coming in talking about yo 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 and Chris Rock and all of that, and they were
No.
coming up to you with that, and you was like, "We got to get this done." Yo yo yo, man. Yo 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 yo. I like Eminem, man.
No, nothing like that. I mean, look, throughout my career, I worked in a very professional setting. I was a physical therapist, so I worked around a tremendous amount of professionals. But as being a physical therapist, and the my career path involved a lot of inter-service workings, right? I worked at a lot of joint bases. I never really, just worked at a Air Force installation, because my career field was it was essentially dying. They were kind of moving more to a civilian model when it came to physical therapists throughout the Air Force, and so it kind of thrust me into more of a joint base situation. So I worked with a lot of Navy and Army personnel throughout my career, going from joint base to joint base. and definitely experienced, like I said, early in my career, racism or the lack of respect for a black officer in
That's great.
charge.
That's
So
crazy. When
yeah,
I'm sitting up here thinking about this stuff, I almost can't believe it. It's crazy. A black man serving his country in a position of leadership, and white boys coming up to him talking about yo 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 yo. I like that Eminem. You heard that new yo bro. You heard that new Eminem? Yo bro, that's my nigga. And it's like, what? You trying to lead people and he in there talking like, and that's what I'm saying. And that's what the Fox News is. That's what the Glenn Beckers, the Tucker Carlsons, that's what the Sean Hannitys, the Mark Levins, the Donald Trumps, the Pete Hegseth, that's what they don't want to talk about. Don't want to talk about yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. And that's what this brother, like you said, CQ Brown, who you served honorably, he had to put up with that. And that's what he had to put up with when Trump and Pete showed up. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 brother. That brother like, wait a minute, what are you yo, yo, yo. Pete drunk. Yo, yo, yo.
yeah, like I said, Platinum. Me personally, I didn't deal with the yo yo yo, but mine was more so, policy and the lack thereof of respect for a young black officer at the time. And I had to reevaluate myself. I had to take a look in the mirror to make sure that I was crossing my T's and dotting my I's before I, had the interactions that I, had to handle things at the lowest level. I had to go and read up on Army regulation and Navy medicine regulation to make sure that I'm not pushing off a branch of service regulation in the Air Force onto, junior members or members of a different branch of service. So I was very diligent in my studies to make sure that I'm doing right by the people I'm leading and not just be a cookie cutter leader. Well, I'm an Air Force officer. I know we work in a joint base, facility, but you're going to go by these Air Force standards because that's what I know. And that was not the case. So I made sure I did my due diligence. And once I checked the boxes on what I needed to do, and once I went to legal to make sure I had the authority to, execute orders in this fashion, in this way, I most definitely did. And had some uncomfortable conversations with some senior NCOs in the Army and some NCOs in the Army. And we shook hands as professionals, as men, as brothers in arms, and then we went about our way. But yeah, early on, I did experience that, and I never really got the full answer as to why. My assumption is that young black officer or the young officer, he doesn't know what he's talking about, kind of thing. But yeah, early on. But like I said, as I climbed the ladder in my career, and when I separated from the Air Force as a major, maybe I was blinded to the fact, but I definitely didn't look or seek out people that had a disdain towards me or anything like that. But yeah, when like I said, when General CQ Brown was relieved of his duties, and in comes retired Lieutenant General, Dan Kane. I'm not gonna say the retired lieutenant, the current chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff is not qualified. I won't say that, but what I will say is that he retired as a 3-star. Then they retroactively placed a 4th star on him. and generals are promoted through Congress.
Mhm.
So every star that a general earns is not the president that can promote you. It's Congress. So they have to go to a board. Congress has to review records to say this person is worthy of a star in the United States military.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, JR, because Trump brought up some DEI.
Mm-hmm.
Now, JR, do they ask you personally, what do you think about the rules when the United States military, you're a leader, you're a lieutenant, when they come in and say, these are our new instructions, do they say, hey, do they say, can we sit with you for a moment, JR? We want to think what you think about these new instructions. Or do they expect you to enact them?
The expectation is probably for you just to enact them.
Okay.
At that level.
So what is Trump talking about? What the hell are you talking about, man? I'm doing the job I'm assigned to do. I don't get them, man. I don't get Pete and Trump. And you know, both of them are yo. Both of them. And I can see that man got to sit in the room with Pete drunk and Trump bouncing around trying to yo. And that man like, yo, I'm a general. I don't want, like, he trying to get along with them. Why you guys trying to rap for me? Because I'm black? Yo. I'm Donald Trump. And Pete doing a hup. That man said, fuck this. I'm resigning.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see, like I said, conflict of interest, conflict of morals, ethics, and values. I could definitely see that. And, whether General C.Q. Brown decided to step down or, the current administration decided to forecast it as he was fired. To me, knowing the man, he probably stepped down to say, the policies that you are putting before me to execute to all service branches, probably don't align with who I am as a person and what I believe the service to be. So, I haven't spoken to him in years, but like I said, the man that I know probably had the conversation of, I will step down, but it was presented as he was fired, right? So
yeah, hold on, but let me invite the chat. Look, if you served as a what do they call that, JR? When you an officer?
an officer.
You got enlisted, then you got what? Officer?
Officers, yep.
Yeah, if you served as an officer, please join the conversation. We got JR. JR, you how high did you make it?
To the rank of major. So
JR was a major in what? Which military?
United States Air Force.
Major in the Air Force. We're talking to Major JR. He's letting us know that he worked with CQ Brown. If you yourself served from that position, you're invited. We love to hear your opinions, your thoughts about what's going on. You tell me, should you just listen blindly? Or should you say, hey, well, I'm going to follow the law? Let me know. I mean, I wasn't an officer. Let me know. Do you say, hey, if they tell me to do it, I'm going to do it? And they say, what if it's illegal? I'm going to do what I'm told to do. And tell me why you don't do it. Like, tell me, when do you make that? What happens where you say, I'm going to do what I know is right. I'm not going to do what you're telling me to do. How do you draw that line? CQ Brown said no. The guy, Alvin Hosley, said no. They both, well, don't you think something's wrong? You only got a handful of black people. Both of them got away from Trump and Pete. Don't you think something's wrong with that? Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Hold on, is it, Freeze Pop, is it me though? Am I the one with the problem? Don't you think something's wrong that you lose 2 black generals? You don't think nothing's wrong with that? Okay, maybe it's me, man.
But that's why I was trying. See, I was trying to get, I guess what's his brother's name, Jr. Just to see what's his opinion.
That's Major Jr.
Yeah, no doubt, Major Jr. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, brother?
See, we don't, from the civilian standpoint, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we're asking, like, that's what Platt is asking, like, are we wrong on this? Like, what? How is it? So there's nobody else around. Okay, so how does it work? They're going to this specific general asking them to do something, and they're denying the order. How does it work? I'm just curious. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, look, when you're that high up in a position, man, and the president and the Secretary of Defense or War, whatever they're calling it these days. Look, the Secretary of Defense, he's over all uniform served branches, right? So whatever policy he wants to implement, put in place, he could definitely get the opinion and the sentiments of chairmen of the Joint Chiefs of Staffs, leaders and heads of different branches of service. He doesn't have to adhere or listen to their advice, but usually these senior ranked officers are experienced in their specific, positions. They're battle tested per se, right? Throughout the years. We're talking about 40 years of service for one particular person. You can see a lot in 40 years. Right? You understand a lot in 40 years about your branch of service. So you definitely give your advice to the Secretary of Defense, but whatever policies and procedures that they want to put in place, as an officer, your responsibility is to execute those actions or orders. Now, if you don't see that benefiting the greater good of the service branches, then obviously you have a backbone and you speak up to that and say, that really does not align. That really would, create more division amongst ranks. But obviously they can push whatever policy they want. They're in charge. So
yeah, this recent one, is really disturbing about the razor bump rule they just came down with.
Why you can't have razor bumps now?
Yeah, man, they kick you off for razor bumps now.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Hold up. You mean you can't shave? You don't mean you got razor bumps, right?
No, if you shave and you get razor bumps, you out of there, bro. You can't get shaving chits.
You had to have a no shave chit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make them go through a whole, year-long process of seeing a PCM, and then you go to a specialist, and then if the specialist denies you of the chit, then it's like, nope, you got to shave. And yeah, I don't understand it, man, but it's their policy, and it's either as a
but you can shave. No, you're talking about people who don't want to shave.
Yeah,
because I know guys who shaved over the bump. They shaved the bump off. You're right. They could have sat back and got the chit and let their beard grow and then use the chit. But what they did was they shaved anyhow. And they used to shave the bump, the top of the bump off. They used to have bloody face. Because they used to talk about it. They said, you got blood on your collar. He said, it's from my, he said, I'm trying to shave and I have to shave. He said, the bump grows, so I have to shave. When I shave to get the hair, I cut the bump. And I wash my face. And he said, by the time I come out here, it'll bleed. And they still hit him for that. They gave him a whatever they call it. whatever, because he had a bloody collar. But they understood that he wasn't trying to not shave. That's what I'm saying. He was willing to. He wanted to be in the service, and he would shave, but he had, he had bumps, and then in the process of shaving, he cut the top off the bump, which caused it to bleed, which caused it to mess his face up. So he's having, that rugged, because it was like wounding his, it was causing scabs and stuff, and then they had to do it, and we got to muster, so you got to do it. So now you say hiding behind a chit. I'm sure guys was doing that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure. People. I never had an issue with shaving. What I will say is that look, shaving is very shaving is very detailed, right? And you may be in unideal, situations. Look, you could be in the field, things like that. I would often tell, especially young Black men, officers and enlisted, I would explain to them, like, look, man, think of shaving your face as a surgery, right? If you were going to have surgery on whatever part of your body, they're going to clean the area. They're going to sterilize the area before they do that surgery. And oftentimes, the lack of education when it came to shaving caused, severe shaving bumps. I believe the term is pseudofolliculitis.
Yeah.
And so that caused, but look, shaving, you need to get a process to it. You need to understand how to shave. I get it. And I guess in the enlisted side, from a basic training standpoint, you probably wouldn't have that time. Some services teach shaving, some don't. That's a DOD issue within itself. So how can you have, like, the Marines, they teach you how to shave. The Army, they teach how to shave, but then you have different branches, the Air Force, and they don't teach you how to shave. So
Wow.
that I don't get. To me, that should just be DOD standard across the board. Like, everybody should be taught how to shave. This is a methodology, whatever they're gonna put out. But it's just different across the branches of service. You go to whatever shaving clinics, and it's different. You go to a shaving clinic and you have no disrespect to any of the women that may be listening, but you may have a woman that knows nothing about shaving. Never shaved before, outside of maybe her armpits or something like that, or her legs.
I've seen
she got to shave.
Show you how to shave your face. So
I've seen guys with extreme, or whatever you call it, shaving bumps, where, it was like they couldn't shave, but they shaved so they can get through boot camp.
mm-hmm.
They said they didn't, it was like, man, I'm not even going through. I'm gonna shave my face. My face, it's gonna be bloody or it's gonna be scabby, but ain't gonna be no hair on it, because they wanted to get in and they weren't willing to. They cut through that skin. You could see the red, and it would heal, and you could see their face, man. But they would try to go and buy stuff to lubricate their face, but they didn't go and get chits. So they just said, hey, man, I got to do this to get where I'm trying to go. They had a mission, and so they did it that way. But I didn't know they was kicking people out because you got the bumpy jaw. I didn't know that. They must have a lot of people trying to come in. If that's the reason you're getting rid of a recruit, because he got a bumpy chin.
Got a lot of broke people out here, Platt.
No, their recruitment is down. Tabor, this another brother. This brother refused to listen to those clowns, and then he got put out. Now, I know you say listen to the clowns, but Tabor, this is a man of honor, a man of respect. Tabor, you got to understand, it matters where he's at. You talking about the ghetto and the jailhouse? No, it don't matter there. It don't matter in that world, Tabor. But in this world, it matters.
Well, JR, you still online?
Yeah, what's going on, Tabor? What's happening, man?
What's going on with your player? Major JR, man, they got a nice ring to it, player. I ain't gonna hold you.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks.
so yesterday me and Platt was talking, right? So here was my thing about it, being that you're in the Army. My thing is that if you're there for 38 years, right? I don't know how long this dude was, but yesterday it was like 38 years, right? I'm thinking that he did something to get that high rank, the admiral, right? I
Mm-hmm.
ain't saying he just did a whole lot of treacherous things, right? But at some time he followed an unlawful order, right? Or we don't know about it, but that was my thing about yesterday. And he just didn't want to follow this order, whatever the order was for him to get fired. Or do you think that no matter what, they gotta be like these stand-up dudes? Everything is lawful. There's never no cutting no corners. Is that the way it is?
Man, that's a good question, man. What I will say is that when you get to a certain strategic level, right? And people livelihoods are at stake, and you question why, a operation needs to happen if lives could be put in danger, then obviously, look, my oath of office, right, is to the country, but I also have a duty to protect the people under my command as well. Because you better believe the people under your command, everybody's not following the order blindly. You sit down and you have strategic meetings to understand what's the probability of success and what's the probability of not everyone coming home. And I believe the admiral that you all were speaking of yesterday, Alvin Hosley, he was an admiral for a specific command that involved operators. And so these people that you train, they're highly trained, but you don't want to put these people in harm's way for an unnecessary or unjustified mission or operation. So I'm assuming, my assumption is that he probably had reservation to say, okay, you're asking me to tell these men to go put their bodies on the line. What do I tell them when they say, okay, what is the objective? You don't worry about the objective. You go out there and do. No, you have to send people out with an objective so they know how to get home.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the point of like war. Like when you go to war or you have these operations, you have objectives. When do I know?
Yeah. So
When do I know the task is complete, Tabor? Like if you
yeah.
drive semis, right? So your objective is when you pick up a load, you're taking this load, whether it's cross country or in state, to a destination point. But what if you got to that destination point and then you get to the point where you believe the destination to be, and they tell you, oh, no, now you need to take it to the airport and load it on the plane. And then when you get to the airport to load it on the plane, they tell you, well, now you need to take it to this ship to put it on this boat. So you, in your mind, you're probably going to say, well, when does this objective end? Because your first objective was pick up the load, take it to this location. That's the only objective that you were given initially, but then it changes along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So two things. So I just say I ran some guns before. I had a trailer full of guns.
JR.
What's
I mean,
going
my
on?
fault. Tabor,
Yes.
you give us. We don't want to hear stuff like that.
I'm just saying. I did one and it changed.
Tabor, don't discuss any type of criminal behavior up here.
That's not criminal.
That is Tabor.
Okay.
That's something you can talk to him privately about. You're just joking anyhow. Don't bring that up over here, bro. Well, you are joking,
I'm a
brother.
Okay. I
Brother, you are. Don't come up here with that, brother. What's wrong with you, man?
I wouldn't joke about it.
This ain't the barbershop, brother. Come on, brother.
I'm just telling you how my load changed.
I'm telling you, I don't want to hear nothing about nothing illegal.
It's not illegal, Platt. I'm telling you, I
You
actually did it.
running guns is illegal.
I delivered.
You didn't say that. You didn't say you hauled the
you're right.
load.
Okay, I hauled the load. That's what it was, and it changed.
Okay, I'm glad you
It changed a few
clarified that,
times.
brother.
It changed a few times after I dropped. So I get what you're saying. What I'm actually speaking of on is you telling me when you get that high, there would never be no time of some unlawful orders being followed.
There shouldn't be, because if you're following an unlawful order, you can go to jail. If I'm in charge of, my area of operation, right? Physical therapy, and Tabor, you come in and you have whatever back pain from driving a truck, and your PCM, I look at the x-rays from the radiologist and I look at the report from your PCM, and they say, well, you have upper back pain, and then when you come to me and you're like, and I say, hey, okay, so tell me about your lower back pain. And you say, well, I don't have lower back pain. I have upper back pain only. Well, no, I'm telling you, as your physical therapist, you have lower back pain. And you will work on these specific exercises just for your lower back. And now I caused you to have lower back pain when you did not come to me with lower back pain. What's the objective? What are you getting out of this? You came to me for upper back pain. I'm giving you every exercise for lower back pain, and I'm doing a disservice to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm just talking about the level of power, right? Because I mean, how does something like they had the ex-military people, they end up becoming like the mercenaries, and we end up finding out about them, and it was all over the news, right? And you hear about them every now and then, and these people go in and just do some things, right? And they knock off people. I ain't gonna say they blindly knock them off, but it's an objective. Okay. So wouldn't they follow somebody like a general? Like they had to get to that point. Like, how do you get to that point?
No, you can believe what you want to, Tabor. Look, let me just talk about this. Look, Daniel Gardner, brother, we're pro-military over here, brother. I read what you put in there. Listen, brother, you don't have to support the military, but over here we're pro-military. You have a right to your opinion. We appreciate your participation, but no, brother, we can't. That last tweet, come on, brother, you tripping. I mean, that last comment you made, come on, man. Danielle, you're wrong, brother. Don't put that in the box, brother.
I would just say this, Tabor. If you get a legal order and you follow through on that illegal order, you're going to jail. You can say, well, General such and such told me to go out and execute this objective. And if it is deemed illegal, everybody in that order chain, they're going to jail. Mm-hmm. Period. Stop. Point blank. But you'll get called to Congress. You'll get called to Congress to explain why you completed this order or this objective if it was illegal. Right? So at a point like that, you shouldn't be getting illegal orders. You should not receive illegal orders, period.
What about this, JR? You high ranking. There's a young lady from Iowa. She's a slick sleeve. She has no rank. You say, hey, I need somebody to handle my work. And the person that works under you, right, says, okay. He said, hey, send me that new recruit. I want her to be my office secretary in addition to what she's supposed to get. Okay, so I assign her to you. While you're in there with you a damn major, she's a slick sleeve. You tell her, you order her to be with you, romantic. That's an unlawful order. And then, so this is the thing. Once you get caught, what are you going to tell the people? You know
Yeah,
that they're gonna say, you know, that's unlawful and you did that.
but that's if
Right?
you get
That
caught,
makes
though.
it so no, you can't turn around and say, well, somebody told me to do it. They're gonna say, you know right from wrong, right? You were wrong, right? Okay, punish your ass. That's what I'm saying. You can't do that. You have orders, you have lawful orders. If you somebody and you say, well, I don't know that it's lawful, they'll punish you. Why didn't you do what he told you to do? Well, I didn't know it was lawful. Okay, well, we got something for you. You know, you got common sense. You know what's a good order. Even though you don't want to do it, if they say, hey, you need to run the point. Well, I don't want to do it. I might get shot. You need to run the point. That's a lawful order. You got to do what they tell you to do. That is a lawful order. You say, I ain't doing it, that you just violated your contract. You're going to be punished because they'll find somebody else to do it, but you finna get punished.
But
this
Tabor, it's a lot of intricacies that go into it, man. You know, when you're going into warfare, we're talking about Geneva Convention, we're talking about ROEs, that's rules of engagement for specific areas, because rules of engagement change location to location. It's not just a standard set of rules of engagement. We're gonna drop you off in Texas and you can just do whatever you want to do. You cross that line to Louisiana, it's a different set of rules of engagement. So there's policies, procedures, there's standards in place. And look, if somebody in a high-ranking position, you know, an admiral, and he had questions about, okay, what am I telling my people that are going out to execute these orders that are put before us? I can question, as the admiral, I can question as to why the order. You can always question. Now it's up to you, the service member, to question. If you don't question and you just go out and I'm just executing the order, or, you know, whatever the case may be, then if you're called to Congress and they years, because it doesn't have to be present day, it can be years later, after military review cases, it can be years later that they bring people up for war crimes.
Because somebody snitched, most likely.
You know,
If
whether
you're
it's
talking years later.
or not, but it could be years later. It doesn't have to be present day.
Major JR. How, okay, so we all know Pete is not qualified. How can he give a 40-year-old, uh, a general with 40 years of experience any order? How is that possible?
I mean, he was placed in charge, brother. That's all I can say, man. It would be no different than, you know, let's say you take a job somewhere and then some 20-year-old come in and they're your supervisor, but you've been at that
Yeah,
job for, let's say, 10 years, but this person
I,
just started last week and they the supervisor. That's
I
just how
understand
it
what you're
is.
saying, brother, but running a warehouse is different from going to war.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the chain of command, though, it's the
So
same.
how can he? No, he's never served. Am I correct?
No, he served. He served. He was in the army. He served.
He was in the army.
Yep.
what was
He
his
was.
rank?
Okay, so what was his highest rank?
His highest rank was a major, field grade officer, like myself. I'm
Okay,
no
so
longer in. I'm no longer in service, though.
How come you
I
didn't
no
put your
longer serve, so
how come
I'm
you didn't
my
put your
time.
application in? If he can get it, why not?
oh, Platt, you gonna steal my thunder? That's what I'm
Come on,
about to
man.
say.
It
Why you
don't
put
work
your
like that, man.
application in there?
You got to be
Hey,
appointed. Obviously,
Pat trying to get you fired.
yeah. Obviously, it's who you know, right? Because yeah, look. I'll go out on the record and say he was absolutely unqualified for that position. You know, so usually when you're looking at Secretary of Defense, you're looking at somebody with years of experience of leading commands and leading operations, and Pete Hegseth did none of that. If our last Secretary of Defense was a former General Lloyd Austin. He was a general in the Army. led countless operations. We're talking about Iraq, Afghanistan, was over multiple commands within the Army, and was later appointed to be the Secretary of Defense. And we're talking about somebody with minimal military experience, and Pete Hegseth, minimal strategic understanding of the military, and he was placed in a position to be over 1 million servicemen and women. That's crazy.
But to have that position, he would have to have been military, right?
There's some qualifications that fit, but he was still grossly unqualified. Grossly.
I mean, the reason why I'm asking that is because the way I look at it, even though he wasn't qualified for it, he was military. So, but he would also listen to Trump. So that's all Trump needed. So a body in the position. That's
it, right? That's like saying I have a driver's license. I can go drive a semi. You would probably tell me no, not so fast. But I could argue with you and say, no, Tabor, I've been driving for 2 decades, brother. I've been on the road driving. And you would probably tell me, no, that does not make you qualified to be a semi driver.
Hey, man, they out here.
So
you could buy a license. So yeah, I mean, I get it, man. It makes sense to me, like just how he moving, man. Cause I mean, I'm in power. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all can argue at home, but when we're in these closed rooms, in this war room, ain't too much y'all can say. Y'all just gotta deal with what I'm doing.
Yeah. So, look, respect to the administration, man. I would just say to the uniformed servicemen and women, that have already been placed in harm's way, because there's 13 that already have tragically lost their life. And I hope that's it. I hope the number stops there. But, recent report I read. Huh?
You think it's only 13?
Yeah, it's over that. We're about 700, 800.
I mean, I can only go off of recent reports.
But they're lying. No, the Trump administration is lying. It's at least 800, 900 dead, American dead. And a whole lot of that dead is black people. A whole lot of them. Yeah, Pete lied to the family of Tyler Simmons. The black man came out in Ohio and said he lied. Pete said he said finish the job. That man said, I ain't said nothing like that. This war is a waste of time. He said, I didn't tell him to keep going. Pete went out and lied, told people that, well, they're going to lie. We know they're going to lie.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I'm only going off of reports that I've read. So again, to those 13 souls that tragically lost their life, honor and respect to them and their families. Hopefully they find healing. And then what I would say to the thousands of Marines being forward deployed to that region, just come home safe, man. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Military service members, they understand. They signed that line, right? They swore an oath, whether enlisted or oath of office for officer. Look, you took an oath, right, to protect, defend the Constitution of the United States against enemies, foreign and domestic. You understand your position of where you're at and the objectives and the missions that you have to execute. You just want to do it safely, profoundly, honorably as you can to get back home to your loved ones. And with that, Platt, man, salute to you, brother. Appreciate the time and the space, man. Hey, Tabor, be careful out there on the road, man. And to the other brother, I didn't catch the other brother's name.
That's Freeze Pop.
Freeze Pop, man. Look, salute to you, man. I mean, I'll be safe out on these airways, man. And people in the chat box, man, calm down with the rhetoric, man. Life is already serious enough, man. You don't have to compound it with with baseless rhetoric in the chat. But salute to you, Plat, man. You the king of it for real, man. Platinum king, man.
I believe that.
I,
Well, two of us believe that. We need more though, but it's a start.
nah, salute to you, bro.
Take care, bro.
All right, man.
Hey, Platt.
Yes, sir.
Forgot what's the young brother that's with us now? I forgot his name.
Tabor.
I
What's going on,
wanted to
brother?
ask y'all. Hey, I wanted to ask y'all a question. Why are the black conservatives so quiet? Why are they not reporting on none of this?
They can. It goes against their philosophy. The black conservatives talks about Biden and they have to spin the racism like it's only the Democrats. So when Trump and Pete get in there and rap in front of this man and Pete is yo 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 and ice baby, you know, and that man don't want to see that. Pete puts that on, ice baby. Doom doom. Stop. He won't let everybody know he can rap. Congratulate and listen. Oh, Can you imagine that, man? You're a general. You're a grown man. You done raised a family. You got grandkids. This stupid ass clown from Fox News is running around talking about some ice baby. Yeah, you're gonna get out of there, man. You're gonna say, oh man, well, court-martial me. There's no way I'm gonna listen to this.
I heard that.
Yeah, and that's what he was doing. Ice baby. Don't, ice baby. That man said, man, we got a war to win. People are dying out here. What the hell are you doing? Ice baby. I'm Pete, and I'm the Secretary of War. I'm Pete. You know, that nonsense. And Trump sitting up there laughing. That shit ain't funny. And that's the problem with this stuff, man. And I feel so sorry for these brothers, man. God damn, your race got in the way, man. You played hard. You worked. You did everything you're supposed to, and this clown comes in there drunk, you know, thinking that the way to connect to you, because you black, he don't know if you like rap. He comes in there rapping and dancing. We done lost our way, man. Somewhere we've lost our way. We done lost our compass. And we need Trump, man. I still think he can do it, man. I think he's made some mistakes, but Trump, we need some direction, man. All of this racism, that's got to stop. We got to find what way we going. You got troops, you got black people going overseas, putting their life on the line. Don't you care about them, brother? You got this buffoon, this rap buffoon, this failed rapper, Fox News host. You got this man trying to lead. He doesn't know what he's doing. Come on, man. What we doing?
Yeah, but the black conservative, especially when, you know, like Anton, they just tell us all we got to do is go to school, do our homework, stay out the street, stop drinking beer, smoking weed, and everything will be all right. And here, evidently, this
What about
general did
Pete?
everything right.
Does he say that to Pete? Does he tell Pete to stay out the street and stay off the weed? Or he just say that to the black people?
You know the answer.
Huh?
You know the answer. There's only black people. Are we the degenerates? But this general, he seemed to did everything right in his life, but they don't want to talk about him either. Okay, so
Pete Hegseth is a failed rapper. That's basically what he is. That's what he comes across as. We know he got to put on a suit and all of that, but I look at this guy, I look at that, every time I see him at that podium, I'll be waiting for him to break out rap. This dude's a white dude that tried to rap but couldn't do it. He wanted to be like Eminem, but he couldn't pull it off. And that's what we had, Pete Hegseth, the gas face. What's that guy, Pete what? from New York. Pete, was it Pete? I don't even know his name. The third base, Pete something.
Oh, Pete Rock. No. Is it Pete Rock? No, that's not Pete Rock.
It was Pete
oh.
and
Oh, you talking about
the white boy
MC
with the
Search?
Search. This is nothing more than an MC Search. That's all it is. Pete Hegseth is an MC Search clone. Pete Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, remember Pete Nice? That white boy, he had his hair all fluffed up. He had a cane. Did he even rap? He used to be on there. He'd be walking around in a suit and a cane.
Yeah.
Third base.
Goodness, man.
Oh, that was so real. That was terrible. Third base. That's what back in the day, all you had to do was be white and rap. You made money. Third base. Pete Nice. But I did like Gas Face because they dissed Hammer. And they had DMC in there. They didn't have Ron, they had DMC. DMC. He had that little bucket hat on and he kicked that hammer. Actually, it's all right, Gas Face.
I think that was his name, Pete Nice, right? Yeah, MC Search and Pete Nice.
Yeah, he got rid of him too. Yeah, he went nowhere. That was one of the things to do back in the day, man. Eat off these dudes who had talent. Jay-Z, that dude Jazzo, Jay-Z got on there. Look at Jay-Z, look at Jazzo. That's how things go, man.
It's crazy.
You're right. Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump are a comedy act. What's that guy? Laurel Hardy. What's the other guy?
Yeah.
Laurel Hardy and the other guy. I don't even know what the other guy, what name was.
I think it was Laurel and Hardy, right?
Was it Laurel and Hardy? Okay.
Yeah.
That's Pete and Hegseth. That's Pete and Hegseth. And the white supremacists, they get upset when you get on them because they don't like you criticizing these white guys. He said Search found Nas. I didn't know that. Did you hear that?
That's not exactly true.
Oh. That's what he said. Is he lying or what? He making up shit?
It wasn't. He didn't that he found him. He actually got him the deal, but he was.
He helped.
He
Okay, helped him get a deal. I got you.
Yeah, helped him get a deal. He actually owns his masters to his first album as well.
I was never a big Nas fan though. I like Whose World Is This, but the other stuff I didn't. He was, I'm gonna be for real. When Nas first came out, he was too street New York for me. I like New York, but I didn't like the New York street culture. And Nas was way too street for me, too New York street. I like The World Is Yours, though. But then I started listening to his other stuff. I was like, yeesh, I don't like this. Yeesh, no, I don't like that. I was like, nah, I don't like that, man. Whose world is this? The world is yours. Whose world is this? But then I like Pac though. So, why would I like Nas? I like Pac. So I'm a big Pac fan. But I knew who he was, But give me I'm a West Coast nigga. So give me the West Coast. Even though I'm from the South, but I like the West Coast, man. Digital, DU. And DU is probably the most underrated group ever. Digital Underground, bro. Go look them up, man. Go look at their hits. Remember, they didn't have nobody behind them. And Puck started with them. You could play Humpty's Dance. I don't give a fuck where you go. You can go to Timbuktu. I'm saying if they party people, and not anybody, if they party people, I don't give a damn where you go. Play the Humpty's Dance. They gonna get on the dance floor, brother. I don't care where you go. That's genius. That is genius, man. Digital Underground. Play it. You could play Humpty at any third grade birthday party. Them little kids gonna lose their mind. He made a song that has no time limit, and it's good for anybody. Take it to a nursing home. Play the Humpty's Dance at a nursing home. Somebody's gonna break their fucking hip. They love that song. That's an old song. They love that song. One of them old ass men gonna get up and throw his hip out. And we rock with that over here, man. Now, he's bringing that up because he brought up Nas and whatever. You think Nas gonna wind up on a with a YouTube channel like Mace and Cameron?
He caught me off guard with that one, bro. Wow.
He's good. That's good. Woo!
Oh no. I can't imagine that one, bro. Nah, I doubt it, but that's funny. That's funny.
And you know, that's what I'm saying. That's how you be looking at that stuff. You be like, what are they doing over here? We're like, we're just regular people. They started. And you know what? Nas don't even do this. Like, if he did social media, what is that? A couple of 100,000 a year? He don't even do it. He could. He don't even do it. Listen, this brother Trump is wrong. Pete is wrong. This brother had to deal with these rappers, failed underground wannabe Kid Rock rappers. I love to see. You know what? I want to see Pete. I want to see Pete, Hegseth, Donald Trump, and Kid Rock, and give me a bottle of what you think they drink? Jack Daniels. Give me a gallon of Jack. Give me, what'd you say?
IPA, some type of Irish beer, some crap.
Okay, IPA. Give me a case of IPAs and give me a pint of Jack. And I bet you they all, if you a general, a black general, I bet you see Trump and Kid Rock and Pete trying to rap. Even though you don't want to see it, but you just happen to be there. Then, yeah. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo to your mother.
Hey, Platt, don't forget about that Epstein stuff, man. It seems like they just would they just go totally ignore it. Even the guys, you know, racist guy to come up in your chat. Like, y'all just going to ignore. Man, this is crazy, man.
They don't care about Epstein. That man all over the thing. I haven't said nothing because I don't know if it's AI. That's all. Whoever's on AI, they keep showing all these pictures of young women and him sitting in the lap. And I don't know if that's AI. That's crazy. If that's real, that's insane. You got 14, 13-year-old girls sitting in your lap? That's insane. I don't know if it's AI or not. That's why I don't say nothing about it. That's insanity. For Trump's sake, man, I hope that ain't true, man. I don't even know how you can allow that shit. Man, you're a 42-year-old man with kids and a wife. How you gonna let some 14-year-old girl tell me she wanna sit in your lap? You're gonna say, you're not. You two, you get your ass, you better sit down somewhere. What the hell wrong with you? You're not gonna sit in my lap? Man, they got all types of photos and videos of Trump. I don't know. I think it's AI. It is disgusting. I hope it's not true. Now he brought up Diddy. And Diddy is right where he needs to be, you dumb fuck. He keeps trying to make us racist. I don't want Diddy to get out. This dude brought up P. Diddy. So that justifies Donald Trump. P. Diddy's not president. And if P. Diddy ran, guess what? We wouldn't vote for him. But you voted for Trump. You voted for Trump, and then you brought up P. Diddy. P. Diddy's right where he belongs, a jailhouse. Where's Donald Trump? You put him in you put him in the White House. Bro, these bigots and racists, bro, they can't even hide from their racism. Talking about Donald Trump. Trying to make black people feel like it's their fault. P. Diddy is in jail. You bigots and racists put Donald Trump in the White House. Even though the Epstein files and his videos, I don't know if it's true or not, there's videos of him. And there's some type of rumor of him being sued. Yeah, these bigot, bro, these people, bro, I hope you get white racism. You know what? I think in Arkansas, they're trying to start their own white village. Why don't you go to Arkansas, man? Move in there with them white folks. They got a church. Go move to the white community, man. Leave these Negroes alone. You don't need us. Get you a white horse. Get you a white cow. Say you proud to be a white man. Well, at least you know you're free. You won't die by other white men. Trump gave that right to me, and I'm gonna be a white man racist till I die my every day. Oh, it ain't no doubt I love this land. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth.
Like, they so screwed up. They so screwed up. Even those white South Africans got the hell up out of here, bro.
Mm-hmm. I'm letting them build their little white village in Arkansas. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you another 5 years, but you know what I'm gonna do though? You already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come over there, and I'm gonna say, "Where your bitches at? Where your bitches at, dough?" I'm gonna stand right in front of it. I'm gonna stand right in front of it. I ain't gonna get in there. I ain't gonna go on the city limits. I'm gonna stand right outside the gate and I'm gonna live stream. I'm gonna say, "Where the bitch at, dough? White boy?" And I'm gonna point to my truck. I'm gonna have a thick ass white girl in there. "Where your bitch at, dough? White boy?" And I'm gonna stay on there for 8 hours. till they finally come out. Come here, white boy. Where your bitch at, though? You want to run from me, but where your bitch at, though? I'm going to call them out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to call these
man.
white boys out here talking about they love Trump. And a lot of you fake Negroes who hate black people. They won't even let you over there. I already told you we don't want you on. I don't blame you for that. They said, we love the fact that you hate black people, but you can't come live with us. Now, hold on. Let me tell you something, white boy. Y'all smart for that. Because you can't trust them Negroes.
So soon they say something in your your chat plat, just ask them that first thing you ask them. Hey, are you going to Arkansas or what? Why haven't you gone yet?
Yeah, they got an all-white enclave in Arkansas, man. Go down there.
Ain't no DEI, ain't no CRT,
Ain't no
ain't no
Negro.
welfare. Ain't no Negroes. Go ahead, it's heaven there.
No
Don't y'all go?
queens. What's that Archie Bunker?
No welfare state.
Me and welfare state. Everybody pull their weight.
Wait.
Was it G.R. MacArthur? Some president. Those were the days.
Yeah, they won't answer that. Why I'm curious too. Why they not going? They stopped talking about it. They like, shit, we ain't going down there. We'd rather stay here with y'all than go down there with our own people. The most hypocritical shit you ever heard.
Their weight.
Oh man.
You know, I heard on Archie Bunker, man, you know what? Archie Bunker is gold. It is absolute gold. That guy was way ahead of his time. You know what I heard him tell? He told Mike. Archie Bunker was so racist, man. He told Mike, he said, hey, rest in peace to that brother. He said, back when I was in the service, we were all the same. And he said, but Arch, there were black people in the service. They were Mexicans in the service. He said, not us, not my service. And he turned over. And then they wrote that, man. It's got to be the 60s. That shit was wrote by Norman Lear in the 60s. He said, not now. You know how we are now. He said, not us. He said, we were all the same. And he said, if a guy wanted to be a colored or a Mexican, that was his own choice. I said, what the? And Mike looked crazy. Mike looked at him. Oh, it's gold on there, bruh. Carl O'Connor, bruh, he said, if a guy wanted to be a colored or a Mexican, that was on him. Oh, man, God. He spoke the truth, man. That's how they think. If you black, they say, well, why are you bringing up race? Okay, can I get that job? We don't give it to blacks. Wait a minute. So wait a minute, I can't get that job. Why are you complaining? That's just the way things are. Well, I'm going to file charges. Well, if a guy wanted to be a black, oh, now I'm being black. Well, why you're being black now? You're complaining about our ways. Bruh, he said that shit. I don't think I was doing something. I dropped my hammer. I was trying to put something together. I said, what the? You got to see it. It's a classic, man. I couldn't download it because they had copy protection. Man, I tried to download the software I had. I think I got different software. I think I might get that. Oh, man, Carol O'Connor, that is gold. That's absolute gold. The racism that he portrays in that is gold. Because that's what he played. Look, and I like Carol O'Connor. I actually like Archie. I like Archie. I like him. He was a poor. He never went to college. He was a cab driver. He was a racist. His one daughter married a liberal. He didn't like liberals. The liberals stayed, moved in with him. You know that don't, you know that goes against his. Like, man, why don't you take your wife and and his racism, man, of the time, it was gold. But you know what? We were a different country now. We had moved away from that so we could laugh at it. But we moved back to that now. Now it's not funny.
Nope. Nope.
I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to be for real with you because I've seen it. When I look at Archie Bunker then and even now, I sort of feel sorry for him. Look, he's an old racist white man. Okay. But I don't like the way it was written. Like Sammy Davis came in and clowned him. I thought that was fucked up. He was trying to be nice to Sammy. Sammy clowned him, made a fool out of him. George Jefferson came on that clown. I didn't like that. I just didn't like the way it was written. It made him look real fucked up. He was a racist, but he wasn't that bad. He wasn't hurting them. He wasn't in the Klan. And they tried to act like he was in the Klan. And I thought that was messed up. I'm telling you, man, even that, when I saw it, I didn't think it was right then, even though he had these opinions. And even now, as a grown man, when I look at that stuff, it's wrong, man. I don't like those parts. And I've seen them. It's like, man, that's Archie Bunker. Archie don't know nothing. He's a racist. He's an idiot. But they clowned and Norman Lear wrote it in there to make a fool out of him. And they used to make a fool, and it lost the joke got stale because Carol O'Connor is such a great actor. He would sell that character where you actually like that character. Even though he was a racist, he sold that character. He was a racist, but he wasn't riding around with a Klan mask. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. That's why you could understand him. He was just that white dude that when you walked home from school didn't like you. You don't know why. You would speak, his wife would speak, but he would just sit there and look at you. You don't know why, but he never did nothing to you. His wife was wonderful. Sometimes you'd be walking home, she'd hand you a piece of cake, lemon cake, but he would stay up there on that porch. Now you're talking to a guy who's experienced that. So from that point later, that white woman was the nicest woman. She would feed you peaches and stuff. You'd be walking home, fresh peaches. But the white man never moved. He just sit there. Even when you spoke to him, he just sit there. That's how I look at Archie Bunker. He wasn't on no horse. He wasn't trying to stop his wife from helping the Negroes. He just didn't do it. So I think they went too far with that character. They needed a worse character. But you wouldn't know because that was before your time and you don't understand it. Here we go, another man in the dungeon. We're running out of room, David. But you know what? That type of racist comment, here you go. We don't abide racism over here. Welcome to the dungeon, dumbass. And thank God to YouTube for creating dungeons. Because that's exactly what it is. Get in the dungeon, you dumbass. Him and his racism. Like the stream, man. We try to help, man. We do everything we can. Maybe we just fall short, man. And I don't understand. Why do you guys hate black people so much? What did we do? Because we're black? Oh, I got it. He said because y'all want y'all freedom from slavery. Why? You know what? There's a case to be made. We didn't have an education and we did have jobs. We weren't being paid, but we had employment. Why you guys want to be free? There's a case to be made. Now, white guys who are not cowards will make that case. Most of these Fox News guys are cowards. They believe that, but they're afraid to say it. You hate black people because black people want their freedom. Who the hell are black people to say they can be generals? I get it. I understand you 100%. You hate me because I want to be free. I'm supposed to be your stooge and do your business. And basically, that's what you want me to do now. You want me to listen to Fox News and regurgitate the racism because they got a few Negroes on there. I'm supposed to listen to, oh, man, the Negro on Fox News, man, because that Negro over there. They're just as anti-black and racist as you are, if not more so. I looked at, I haven't watched Greg Gaston over a year. I saw the Titus guy. He's got on a suit now. I guess he grown up. He done changed. He's have a big chain and a fitted hat on. Whatever he is, what is that? Was he Samoan or something? What is Titus? What is that? He's not black. Somebody knows, right? What's Titus? What is he? He ain't half black. He's Samoan and Mexican. He's not, no, he ain't no black in that, brother. Don't even try that. Don't even try. Titus is Samoan and Chinese. There you go. That's the best comment. Who's that? There you go. Nobody.
That somebody be in your chat plat or something? I don't know who that is.
No, Titus is somebody. He's a bigot on Fox News.
Oh, no.
Tyrus, okay. What is he, Steve? Steve, what's his background? Is he black, white? Is he black, Mexican? What is he? Isn't that funny? See, you can tell. See, that's why they slow with the response. Because he's like British white and Jamaican black.
What?
Now he black, white, and Hispanic. I got you. Half black man ain't black. Steve, I'm sorry, brother. He's not black. He certainly ain't American black. That man Jamaican and Chinese. He's not a black man.
So would he be dogging out black people some plat? I don't know who that is.
That's the only reason he's got a job. Because he spews hatred toward American blacks. That's why they put him on there. They used to put him in Jordans. They put a big chain on his neck. He's dressed differently now, though. How, you know, if you're a black person and you go on Fox News and they put a chain on your neck in Jordans, they trying to send a message out. You know, they try to reach a certain demographic. Yeah, big old weird looking dude too, man. Yeah, he funny looking, he funny built. He's racist, all of that.
Oh, man.
And they think they can sell him to black people. No sale, brother. And you know what he got at the house, though. You already know, right?
Oh, yeah.
White slaw. Tyrus got a white woman waiting for him. That's what drives all of that hate toward black people, bro. He get that the white cooch. You know what? They keep talking about nuclear weapons. will America, will Iran, we going in Iran. All you need is white women, brother. You'll have peace in the Middle East. That white cooch, that white box got motherfuckers froze. They need to drop white women. White women got, including black men. You want to stop a war? You want to freeze up? Drop white women.
Yeah.
Negroes gonna lose all their will to fight. They're gonna lose all their will to fight, bro. And I've been trying to say all this, drop a nuke. Don't drop a nuke. Drop white girls over there. Drop white women over there in them cities. All them Ahabs gonna take off that, they're gonna take that head rag off. They're gonna pull out that Bible. They gonna join American ranks. They want that white cooch. And see, even the white man want that white cooch. The problem is he can't get it. The black man keep getting it. That's why he mad. He want it though.
Yeah.
He tired of the black man piping out his woman. Piping her so hard her eyeball pop out her head. And then he give her back to the white man with that eyeball hanging out her eye. He done piped it. He done piped her out. I see why y'all mad at black people though. I see why you mad. I'd be mad too, man. You get your woman back, her eyeball hanging out because I done hit the bottoms on her. I see why you don't like me because I'm black. And Trump knew he had Melania. He saw that brother right there, that general. He was scared. He was scared. He said, I got Melania bringing me lunch, and that brother right there, that bald-headed general, I'm scared. He's going to send Melania there with an eye hanging out her head, bro. He's going to pipe her out. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. We trying to help, man. I hope people listen, bro. We just trying to help. We doing great, man. This gonna be we're gonna be over 100,000 on this load, bro. We appreciate you. Thank you, YouTube. YouTube been helping, and we appreciate you, brother. We're gonna be over 100K on this load, brother. Thank you, Francine. Look at that. I love the stream. You hear that? And that's a white woman. You hear that? We got Freeze Pop up in there. Freeze Pop told me he liked that white. If you a pretty white girl, we got a man up here. He ready for you.
Oh.
He ready for you. He coming out the shower. He ready for you. He said he'll knock down a white woman in a minute. We got
then
free.
We go right to Arkansas. Then we go right to Arkansas.
Hey, he call himself Mr. Freeze for a reason. I wonder why. I wonder why. I mean, come on, white lady. You tell me why. Go on a date with him. Like the stream, man. We trying to do this, man. We don't know what's going on. He said, can you imagine if blacks got reparations, the cartels, wig, and eyelash companies would be beneficiaries within a year? Overdoses in the hood would skyrocket. You know what? You're right. The wrong money to people on drugs, you're right. You're right. The drug gang, I don't think so. Any more than it is. Weaves, I disagree. White women got us on the, white women got black women beat on the weave. More white women wear weaves than black women. You just don't know it because you stupid. White women have all types of extra parts added in their hair. I've seen them. They'll pull them out and show you. It's just like a little comb. They stick it in their hair. It's a long piece. It's not their hair. They add it to their hair. But you stupid and you racist. You don't want to see it. And it's the thing. These are the white women that won't touch you, brother. Oh, let me look at this dude. Look at this dude. Hey, Steve. Steve, you thirsty. You're a thirst bucket and you're a loser. And white women won't touch you, man. And black women pipe them so good, they eyeball pop out. And you on here hating. You probably listening to Fox News. You mad. And stay mad, brother. We good over here. And they hate the fact that they can't hurt black people. Bro, nobody care what you say, bro. Don't nobody care nothing about what you say. That man said weaves don't exist. You out your fucking mind. That's why I know you ain't fucking. That's how I know your ugly ass ain't fucking. White women got weaves, you dumb fuck. You don't know that? You ain't smashing because you ain't with women. And it's the type of dude that be talking about going overseas. He on one side of the fence, he's screaming racism. And then he getting on a plane to take his ass to the Philippines to buy a wife. Get your, you know what? For that, you know what I'm finna do with you? Welcome to the dungeon. Welcome to the dungeon. Yeah, I'm finna block you, you stupid ass, you dumb fuck. Now go make a fake account, but check this out. You doing that for a black man. Yeah, I'm getting ready. You know what? If you stupid, you can't be over here. If you stupid, that stupid ass, racist ass comment. Talking about white women don't wear weaves. You out your marbles, bro. They do. They wear weaves. But you wouldn't know because you ain't never smashing them. If a nigga smash him, he see him pulling it out their hair. When he laying in bed, he watch her pull that shit out to her hair.
And they be all up in those Chinese nail shops, bro. All in that joint. Getting lashes and nails. What is he talking about?
He ain't talking about nothing. He talking about watching Fox News tonight. He's the jack off. And I'm glad we blocked him. And we blocked you. You the jack off.
Why is he not in Arkansas? You wouldn't have to worry about none of that stuff.
They ain't gonna let him in Arkansas, bro. In a minute, that man gonna say we need women because he sure don't have enough women down there. And I don't blame him.
No, did you see you know why he don't got no women? Did you see that interview? His dumb ass had the nerve to say basically like the women are like property. They like the community women. Like you can't just have your own wife in that joint, bro. You got your wife is for the community.
You know that's thirsty, right? Just right off a rip. So basically what he telling me, if I'm a white man and I got a beautiful wife, she loves me, I love her, and I moved to Arkansas because I'm a racist, right? And I moved to Arkansas. He telling me he want a piece of my wife. Man, you talking crazy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? How you gonna have a white city if you up here talking out your ass? Come on, man. I couldn't
believe he said it. I couldn't believe he said it.
No, he a thirst bucket.
First of all, I mean, even if you was a man and you did still want to go, the white women gonna be like, man, I'm not. So I'm gonna leave where my comfortability and go to Arkansas with these damn incels and let them fill up on me. Get out of here. You got to be fucking crazy. I'll sit right up here.
Is that what they call the city? Incel city?
Incel heaven, bro.
A bunch of
Incel
men
heaven.
who sit around and complain about white women and then get mad at Negroes because Negroes blow their backs out. And Negroes pipe them so deep the eyeball pop out their head. These guys are clowns, bro. These white dudes, y'all don't even know women like that. Y'all get one or two pops at a high school, and y'all don't even understand women. Bro, I don't want to talk about it, but I done piped out a couple of white girls. They cool. I ain't got no problem with them. We went our separate ways. They cool to me. I feel sorry for you racist white boys, because I know you don't like hearing that. They get mad. You get in your feels about that, don't you?
Yeah, man. That's like that keeps them up at night, play. You know that's their Achilles heel, bro. That is like the worst thing in the world to them.
White girl straight, man. This white girl, man, I remember when she was from Miami, man. I walked by that white girl, said, hey, I looked at her. I said, hey, how you doing? And she started talking about she from Miami, and she, I just saw you. I'm from Miami. The way I am, if I see something I like, I say hello. I said, okay. And I had some stuff I had to do. I said, I'm feeling you. She said, and also I wasn't born yesterday. I said, so what you finna get into? She said, nothing. I'm trying to see what you trying to do. I said, give me 30 minutes. I'll be back.
Uh-huh.
Man, that white girl chewed a nigga up. That white girl did all types of things. She said she from Miami, bro. That white girl, I was like, damn, that's a white freak right there. Yeah, I smashed and I got on down, man. She got mad, but she got over it. And when you look at like the Trumps and the Pete, that's my leftovers. They probably got to a next behind me, though. The whole chat box, all you niggas go second behind me. Take you and your racism, stand in line, sucker. Stand in line, sucker. I'm the only one that's really doing it. I'm the only one that's really doing it. Now, Freeze Pop, we appreciate you, brother. You came up and rocked with me, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No doubt, Fred.
We finna go ahead and shut this down, though.
Okay, man. Thanks for the entertainment, bro.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Shout out to Freeze Pop. Shout out to JR. Shout out to Tabor. Always a pleasure. The join link has always been active. They're not going to come up because they're cowards. We can't do nothing about that, but we went long enough. I got about 15 things I got to do tonight. Unfortunately, I got to cut this short. Like, share, support. Like the stream, support the platform. You can hit the Cash App. You can hit the Super Chat. Subscribe to the channel. You can hit the Cash App. You can hit the Super Chat. Subscribe to the channel. We going on. We'll probably come on again later on. He said he want me to do, Abe said do a brotherhood stream. I don't know what you mean. You got to be a little bit more specific. A brotherhood snow stream? Oh. Well, you know what, Abe? You got to, hit the Cash App, Abe. Money talks. Money talks, but you got to participate, Abe. You can't be in the cloud. Money talks. Hit the email up. Let me know what you're talking about, because I don't know I don't understand you, brother. Like, share, support. We're overdue for a brotherhood snow stream. A brotherhood snow. We're going to get into that, brother. A brotherhood snow. We're going to talk about it. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App. Cash App is posted. Oh, my fault. Damn, my Cash App ain't even posted. Wow. Wow. Here we go. Plat for game. There you go. Somebody put my Cash App in the super chat. Plat for game. There we go. The Cash App sent me a letter saying that the other one was compromised. Somebody had violated. You know how they do. That's how Cash App do. Once your Cash App get out, people will come in. They'll misspell. They'll say plat for game. They'll misspell game to try to get money from you because people make mistakes. They said that the other Cash App I had been compromised, so I had to create a new one. Plat for game. Like the stream. If you can, hit the like. If you can, hit the like, man. Support the platform. We appreciate you, man. And everybody in here, man, we all learning, man. So I'm not going to say you guys racist. I'm going to say we all learning, man. We learning from our mistakes. And we trying to do better, all right? Like, share, support, man. Like the stream. Support the platform. There you go, Cash App. You can hit the super chat. Like the stream. Support the platform. And we out.